Just wanted to start off this episode showing that I am going to get level 50 invention, which now makes base 50 skills overall. Starting off the Mauritania quests with In Search of the Meyer Key, which is a pretty quick and easy quest, and also Shades of Morton, which can be a little bit frustrating just because of having to cremate the shade, and if the minigame's not up and running, then you're kind of just screwed because you can't really do it on your own. I know that I was in the middle of doing the vampire quest line, but something that I should bring to your attention is that my internet is kind of stupid. You can see right here, the video is uploading 20%. I put it in about an hour and a half ago. Something about my internet being used to upload YouTube videos just makes it tank in speed, and so I don't want to be doing any quests and getting frustrated while my internet is being slow. So I decided to do some thieving, and I'm hoping that when I hand in these items to Robin, that's correct, I will have just enough experience to get to level 90 thieving, which was one of my goals, and I can use player-owned ports with the Convict Adventurer. I've never really done ports before. I did it a little bit on my main, but definitely not even close to its full capacity. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do with it. I don't know. I don't really have any specific plans for how I'm going to be tackling ports, but I'm just going to see if I can get a little bit of an economy going there. See what I can wrangle up. So, without any further ado, let's check out player-owned ports. There are a few portals that lead to player-owned ports, but the easiest one to get to is in Port Sarum. It's right by the lodestone. But once you're inside the ports with a level 90 skill, you just come here and talk to the partner, and you'll start the tutorial. I'm going to skip cutscenes because I don't care. And I'll update you once I'm actually in how the game works. Alright, so here's basically my understanding of how player-owned ports work. You go into the Voyages menu, and you can check these voyages. And so, for example, this one, in order to have 100% success, you need 800 seafaring total. So you go to edit your ship, and you pick the crew, and every character has 4 different stats. Pretty much, it seems like only captains have speed as a stat, but I'm not entirely sure about that. But because for this one I want seafaring, in general it seems like blue characters will have higher seafaring, and so you drag in blue characters to your crew, and I now have an 88% success rate. Because the things last half an hour, your mileage may vary on whether 88% is worth it or not, but I think I'm gonna go for it. And if you feel like you don't like your odds, you can go into the crew roster and recruit more characters that'll give you bonuses that you want. So for instance, if I wanted another 70 seafaring, I'd be able to recruit this smuggler here. If I wanted good all-around stats, which is kind of what I'm gunning for right now, I would want to get the first mate. And then once you've got the crew members you want, you send them on the voyage, which I'm going to go ahead and send them on this voyage. I'm fine with 88% success, and I'll check back in 30 minutes once it's done. And I'm going to look around and see which one I like my odds best for the next one, and just send that one out too. In general, lower rewards mean lower requirements, so if you're really just wanting to get your economy up and running, then it might be better to do lower level ones. I don't know. Like I said, I've never done this. I'm trying to figure it all out right now, and I think I'm probably just going to do it along with my farm runs. I know that it gives you a notification whenever the stuff gets back. I'm sorry if this is a little bit of a weird explanation, but I'm not an expert, and I'll probably update some sort of guide once I know a little bit better what I'm doing. Alright, I am here in Berg finishing up in aid of the Myarchy. And yeah, it unlocks temple trekking, which is a requirement for the Mauritania Diaries, but it's not really worth doing temple trekking until you've beaten the sequel quest, Darkness of Hallowvale, and then you can do Bergdarat Ramble, which basically, temple trekking takes you from Bergdarat to the Temple of Paterdomus, and then Bergdarat Ramble takes you from the Temple of Paterdomus to Bergdarat. So you can kind of go back and forth once you've beaten Darkness of Hallowvale, and until you can do that, it's really not worth doing the minigame. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up Darkness of Hallowvale, and then I will knock out probably all of temple trekking, because temple trekking is actually a pretty fun minigame in my opinion, but I'll get into why once I've actually started grinding it out. I started the Darkness of Hallowvale quest, and one thing that I want to point out that is also mentioned in the quest guide that I'm going to link in the description is that if you click right-click the world map icon and you pick skybox/filters, then you can pick a different skybox that will make it easier to see. A really good one to use is Shattered Worlds. Of course, it makes the skybox look crazy, but it makes it so that you can see the ground that you're walking on significantly easier. And since so much of Mauritania is pretty dark, it's a handy tip for a lot of stuff that you can do in this area. So I just thought I'd pass it on to you. I didn't realize that the skybox also affected underground places, and it kind of makes this basement look like it's floating in ethereal space. It's kind of trippy. Anyways, I'm here turning in the Darkness of Hallowvale quest. I forgot the name of it for a second. And yeah, this unlocks Bergdarat Ramble, which is the other half of temple trekking. And I am going to, after throwing this Tome of Experience into Agility multiple times, great, I'm a big fan of that. I'm gonna show off temple trekking. Alright, temple trekking. As far as inventory setups go, you're pretty much just gonna want your best... I'm gonna choose melee gear just because I don't have access to blisterwood weapons yet, but just whatever gear you like. You specifically need a weapon that can damage vampires, so any silver weapon, I'm gonna use Darklight just because it's a little bit more accurate than the other options available to you. Food, prayer potions if you want them. I've never found them overly necessary for this. And you can also use food to heal the followers. So basically what you do is you read this notice board in Bergdarat, and there is a similar one in by the temple at Paterdomus. And so you pick a follower or companion, and there is an easy, medium, and hard option. And basically, harder companions deal less damage in a fight and have less health to begin with, so they can die very easily, and them dying means that you lose the trek. I'm going to go ahead and just do an easy one to show this off, and I'm going to go ahead and quick start. And because I'm doing this for the Mauritania tasks, I'm going to just do an easy path with an easy companion. But basically, you pick one of the paths, and each one will have different possible encounters. There are combat encounters, and there are puzzle encounters. And this one is a combat encounter. I would normally want to rush through this because you can get some additional rewards from doing it quickly. But for the easy and medium companions, you want to let them do damage to the monsters because it'll make them level up quickly. And the ultimate goal is to get all of your companions to level 99. I will show off what that looks like once I'm at a point where I can show it. But I know that this isn't a great temple trekking guide, obviously, but I will do my best to make it a better guide once I'm not just explaining it off the cuff like this. Unfortunately, a lot of it is just waiting around for your companion to do something not stupid, but, you know, that's life, I guess. Anyways, I'll see you back at Paterdomus. So again, I'm sorry that I'm doing a bad job of explaining everything, but I just finished that trek, and then you get a reward token, which you can claim for a few different rewards. The most bang for your buck is raw sharks, but if you're an Iron Man, silver bars are good. I'm pretty sure bowstrings, this is one of the best places to get them. Watermelon seeds, which I might actually invest into. No, I won't, because harvesting watermelons makes herb runs suck because you can't use the Juju potion. So never mind. Don't listen to me. I don't know. Use your best judgment, but sharks, silver bars, or bowstrings would be my personal recommendations. Watermelon seeds if you're an Iron Man. So I'm going to claim raw sharks, and then this is the notice board by Paterdomus, and you can pick the 3 companions, and it's all the same. And each individual companion will have rewards for getting them to a certain level, and then there are overarching rewards, so for getting the total level up to a certain point. And maxing it out is a requirement for the Mortania Elite tasks. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and knock it out now, because I don't mind the minigame that bad, and I'm going to need to do it eventually, so might as well do it now. You feel me? So, I'll probably see you once I've either made a significant amount of progress or just finished the whole dang thing up. Alright, I'm not maxed out on temple trekking by any means, but I do have the easy and medium companions from both directions maxed out, and I've got Rolane at 43, and I just finished a trek with the hard one from the other set, so I don't know what level she is exactly, but I want to show off some of the rewards you can get. For getting a total level of 100, you can quick travel from the gates to the swamp by Paterdomus right here to the Nature Spirit Grotto. For 200, 300, and 400 total, you can get a piece of the Constructor's outfit, which I'll claim another time. I don't super need it right now, but the full set gives you plus 6% construction experience, actually. That's technically incorrect. The 5%, well, each individual piece gives you plus 1%, and then the full set bonus gives you an additional percent. I'm pretty sure. It might not work the same as it does in old school. But anyways, for 500 total, you get the Berg de Rot teleport on the Games Necklace, which is the reward I kind of really wanted to grind for because there's not a good way to get to Berg de Rot besides temple trekking. So this makes it a lot easier to get out there, which is useful for the remainder of the Vampire quest line. And then at absolute max total level, you can get a Summoning Familiar, which requires 87 summoning, and this is a requirement for the Elite Mortania tasks. Other than that, it is pretty worthless. And then there are individual character rewards. As you level them up, they can get more equipment and better at combat. But Pazuzu, you can claim the Constructor's Gloves, and Zachary Bragg, you can claim the Constructor's Boots. And I'm just going to show it in the tool belt because I don't feel like going all the way over. The medium companion from the Berg de Rot to Paterdomus is the Ouroboros patch, which is an unlimited druid pouch that you can add to your tool belt. I went ahead and added it. Guests aren't something that you ever really come across during gameplay past your first time completing Nature Spirit, so it's not that big of a boon, but if there are ever times where you need to travel through the Mire Swamp, it's a decently nice thing to have. You don't need to worry about your food getting rotted. So, pretty cool stuff. I'm not going to complain about it. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and destroy these real quick. I'm going to go ahead and call the episode here, unless I go over the footage and there's not that much. I feel like I got a lot done. I'm a very big portion of the way through the Mortania hard tasks. And the reason I'm going for hard, by the way, is because in order to complete the hard tasks, you pretty much only need one more quest as compared to the medium tasks. And in order to craft blood runes, which is the whole reason I'm doing this achievement set, You need to complete Legacy of the Seer Gaze, which at that point, again, there's only one more quest in the way of the hard tasks, so I'd rather just go ahead and get the whole task set out of the way and get a little bit of extra agility experience from the lamp that it gives you. So, I don't know, your mileage may vary on whether it's worth it, but it's how I'm going to be doing it. Efficiency is for the birds. So, with all that said, I want to say thank you very much for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.